Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by League Unlimited and ZeroTackle.com. Dan, over the weekend, a very, very special day. It was Valentine's Day, and I hope everyone heard the three magical words that you were looking for.
Rugby league, baby!
He's right. I hope you all heard those. So some news. We've got the news for the week. We've got our Super Coach lineup revealed. Let's start off with Valentine's Day.
Pretty boring. How about you?
Did nothing.
Didn't last
Had
long.
some dinner. Yeah. Let's talk about the real news. We had a trial rundown. The Sharks beating the Dragons, 36 points to 28. One of the only trial games that was covered over the weekend.
Well, if you add in the Jets trial game, we're technically 2-0.
Yeah.
No other club in the NRL or in the world right now is 2-0 in trials. Call it off.
It was a great game for the Sharks to get some meters under their legs. In the end, it just came down to fitness. The Dragons team looked way too big, and we just looked trim, got over the top of them. The Dragons halfback though is quality.
Yeah, it was good fun. Was that young Wishart or was he?
No, he was the 9, Sullivan.
That's it. I only watched half the game, so I was unfortunately on the train home. Really bad, 5:30. I was real excited. I thought it was 7:30 kickoff. Luke Metcalf was a star for me. Looked real good. It's just good to get some footy back though, mate.
It was. Speaking of footy, the Jets beat Jets with no Sharks players. Beat Penrith's grand final losing team last year, 18 points to 10.
That's it. We haven't lost since, what was it?
I can't remember, Canberra.
2018.
Yeah, whatever.
A long time ago.
Yeah, we just can't stop beating them.
Elite.
Andrew McCulloch has signed with the Dragons officially. Your thoughts on that move?
Mum always said if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all.
I mean, I've seen people say if anything, it will bring the best out of Ben Hunt, and I can't keep a straight face saying that.
Oh wow! I'm just going to throw it out there that Brisbane have been no good for so long. Now you've got their coach, their halfback, and their hooker,
and their old 5'8".
Yeah, I don't get it. Look, he's there. That's about all I got to say about
Let's talk about the big news over the weekend. Craig Bellamy has been linked to the Cronulla Sharks in a coaching director's role for up to 5 years. Thoughts on that move?
Oh, I feel good about this one. This I can speak about all night. It caught me out off guard. I was at the Gridiron down Shark Park and my phone blew up and I thought, what have I done? I'll deal with it when I get home. And I opened it's good news. Craig Bellamy's linked to the Sharks. Sign me up.
It got a little bit of traction with Dave Riccio. Today, Buzz Rothfield has released an article. It's now on NRL.com. You've got to say there's some legs to it. Craig Bellamy comes to Cronulla. We might as well just run this show 24/7. We'll just sit here talking about Craig Bellamy.
Jeez, I'm looking forward to that. That would be fantastic. The amount of attention that would bring us and the players that would come to play under Bellamy.
Yeah.
He won't be the coach, but he'll be the coach. If that makes sense.
You just have to have a look at it. Someone like, what's Bomber Morris going to learn from Craig Bellamy?
Everything. Oh, it's going to be good.
Absolutely. Josh Alloway has taken another shot at the West Tigers by saying that he didn't leave for money despite getting double the money to go there.
Look,
he's left to play finals on the team that finished 13th last year.
That's fantastic. I have to admit, I wasn't a fan of his when he chipped Ronaldo earlier, but there's no quicker way to my heart than bagging the Tigers on social media.
He's the captain of my Supercoach team now.
Welcome to the team.
Thank you. Some injuries over the weekend. Sharks junior Jack A. Williams, not to be confused with our useless lock forward, suffered a throat injury and had to go in an induced coma.
That was awful. I didn't notice.
Yeah.
I saw he was hurt and he sort of just disappeared, didn't come back. So I thought, that's no good. But I mean, that's nothing to joke about.
It was a kick return off a try that the Dragons had scored, and it looked pretty innocuous, but the guy did raise his elbow. I think if it was an NRL game rather than being a scrum, it may have been a penalty, but the player's looking at 4 weeks now. I can't remember the young Dragons forward's name, but it was an accident.
Yeah, innocuous.
And for Jack, he just couldn't breathe, so put him in a coma for a couple of hours to settle him. But he's all right now. He's up and sitting about. He won't be at training for a couple of weeks. But
that is horrible
get
news.
better.
I was glad to hear that.
Yeah.
It's just shocking. The big one though, Cam McInnes.
Yeah, ACL. The story going around is that Cronulla and St George were actually talking a trade that day when the news broke that McInnes did his knee. So
I would still send them Billy Magoulias.
Yeah, just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah, thank you. We've taken your best player and your ground.
You can have Billy.
Have this guy. I don't know who this next player is, so talk to me.
Averillo, the 5'8" for the Bulldogs, was injured earlier.
That was Lachlan Lewis.
No, evidently it's not. 4 to 6 weeks, they're saying. Pretty horrible. Billy Smith's injured, 8 weeks.
Is this the one that Sam Burgess pulled his hair?
I believe so, actually.
Yeah. Okay. And Lachlan Fitzgibbon, did Mitch Pearce get some revenge?
He opted for surgery and he's out for the start. It's pretty bad couple of days, in all honesty. Like, there's some... McInnes, a superstar. The rest are, they're football players. So
let's put our Supercoach teams up now.
Now, you will notice that Terry's team is terrible. That's by design, I understand.
This is my first year playing Supercoach.
No, this will be fun. And as you can see from my team, get on it. Just give me the prizes.
Okay.
We still have 2 spots left in the last Supercoach League. I may open up a 4th, depending on how many people reply to this. So get in. It's going to be fun.
Okay. And the big news of the weekend, the Benny poll results. Talk to me.
Benny poll results. Now, look, I have been... This is serious. People thought we were joking, but this is dead serious. We cut him last week because we ran out of time. It was also very, very funny.
It was.
I reached out to Twitter and I've said, we need to know that the results are 100% correct. And they have told me that there's a 5% error. So, unfortunately, it's 50-50. But fortunately for us, there were 10,000 mail-in votes, all backing us. Benny...
You go on. See you, mate.
Now, look, Benny, mate, welcome back. Sorry we cut you last week. As punishment, we sent him to Canberra because I couldn't think of anything worse than sending him to Canberra. Benny says he's got something for us this time. We should really watch these before we put them on, but let's go.
Let's go, Benny. What do you got?
Unfortunately, didn't get the news. Got given this jersey, but it seems to have given me the clap. So back to you guys in the studio.
It's good to have him back.
Is it? Is it really?
That's what it says in the script.
Okay. It's time for this week's viewer question for Ask Molly.
With the team we've got this year, could the West Tigers finally make the 8?
Well, there's been plenty of movement at the West Tigers over the summer. They've got rid of some dead wood, if you like. They've signed some interesting players in Dane Laurie, James Roberts, who add some real pace out wide, and, of course, the experience of James Tamau. But, look, my little friend, it's going to be another battle. The poor Tigers, they're sick of finishing 9th, but I'm not sure they can quite sneak into the 8. I think, again, we're looking at 9th or 10th. Hopefully, for your sake, I'm wrong.
He's doing with the shirt.
How many times does he have to be told?
Number 5, here we go.
Here we go.
While we're here, the big question, what's annoying Terry?
What's annoying Terry?
We touched on it during the intro and the first segment, but the lack of trial coverage.
That's true. When you sent this to me earlier, I was like, what are you talking about? And then I thought, he's right.
Yeah. I didn't even know that the All-Star game was on this weekend.
Yeah. When's the Charity Shield?
I have no idea. I didn't even know that there was 4 of these the type of trial.
Brothers,
yeah, I had no idea. There's literally been no trial coverage. I don't know who's playing where. All I know is that our next game is against the Bulldogs at Netstrata. I couldn't tell you what anyone else was doing.
That's fair enough. I didn't know either. I had to look the Charity Shield up. The All-Stars is this weekend, evidently. So
you would have thought with the season being less than a month away, the NRL would just be hammering and hammering, trying to get people back through the gates. A little bit of pre-season revenue. Come on, think smart. That's what's annoying, Terry.
All right, Terry, it's time to talk some serious football. For the first time in a long time, we're going to talk about some sides that are actually not bad.
Not bad.
Not great.
Who have we got at number 10?
We have the North Queensland Cowboys.
Yeah, I didn't want to have them up as high as they are, but you have a look at their side. Their pack's still big and mobile. Michael Morgan's coming back. He's had a long time to get his body right. I think putting Scott Drinkwater in the halves solves a few problems for them, but also takes away from Valentine Holmes being at fullback.
It does.
I think the big advantage for them at the moment is that team hasn't changed too much, but they've got a half decent coach who's really big on bringing the side together. So I think they'll get up to 10th, but they're going nowhere near the finals.
I agree. They've got the best lock in the game in Tamalolo. They've got a superstar you mentioned in Morgan at halfback. Maguire can still play-ish. McLean's a weapon in the middle. They've got a lot of players there that are really good, but they've got a lot of players there that probably ending their career.
Yeah.
Justin O'Neill, Easton Masters, he's got a lot of deficiencies. For me, it all depends on how Valentine Holmes plays. Last year he was okay. I think I'm being generous there. And the Cowboys were okay. And again, I think of being generous. If he's good, the Cowboys can be good.
One of the things that I've noticed about the Cowboys the last couple of years, they haven't really gone out and made big name signings, and I think that's got to change for them at the moment. They try to bring their homegrown talent through, and it's sort of stagnated them. They need to do what they can now to back Todd Payton and get a couple of star players up there.
They do, but they got no money. Holmes is on $1 million. Tamalolo's on $1 million. Morgan's on $1 million. That's a lot of money in 3 players. They're very top heavy. That's how I describe Manly. They've got 3 superstars and the rest not so much. Val has to justify that $1 million, or he's going back on the wing.
That's it, absolutely. And who have we got in at number 9? Now, this is going to be a bit controversial, but who have we got in at number 9?
A bit of back and forward. We've agreed on the Newcastle Knights.
Yeah, I think they're regressing.
Yeah, me too.
They haven't gotten better.
Definitely not. Again, they got a few good players. Ponga's out. It was only supposed to be 1 week. Looks like 3 to 4 now. That is potentially a bad thing.
Yeah, and the thing for mine, the alarming thing for mine, is they've trumpeted the signing of Tyson Frizzell, 31 years old, on $800,000 a year.
Yeah, I don't love that. I don't love Connor Watson at lock.
No, absolutely not. His body's letting him down so much.
Kurt Mann was probably their best player last year in the creativity stakes. He's got to play 24 good rounds at 5'8". Mitch Pearce hasn't been the same Mitchell Pearce since he left the Roosters. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the bench, but their run-on side, Bradman, Bass, Tuala, that's a weaponry centre pairing.
Anari Tuala is a great pickup for them, ironically coming from the Cowboys that we just said. So.
And Edric Lee, of course, superstar Edric Lee, best winger in the world,
We love
all
Eddie.
time.
We love Eddie.
That's a decent side. They'll do some damage. They'll beat some teams, but I just can't see enough points there consistently to make the 8.
No, last year I think they got ahead on enthusiasm and the fact that the game changed. But now that everyone's up to speed and this side hasn't really gotten better, I see them dropping out of the 8.
Okay. So Terry, Farskell Seams last Friday as the footy fight night bored us all into submission and tears. It was just a horrible night, embarrassing for both sports. I've come up with a fight card for Rugby League Fight Night 2 that I think will be much, much better.
I'm telling you, I haven't even laid eyes on this because Dan ripped my paper up, but it can't be any worse than what happened on Friday night. That was embarrassing.
Spot on. So I was thinking we open the night with Nathan Brown, Trent Barrett 2 because of the slap incident.
Yeah.
I want to see those 2 throw down.
Who have you got?
Barrett.
Yeah, I got Barrett.
Yeah. In the second fight of the night, I have the Melbourne Storm versus Sowry Cap. There's only one winner
Yeah,
there?
Sally Cap's always going to win that.
It's 1-0.
Yep.
In the co-main event, I have Brookvale Oval versus Asbestos.
I'm going to go Asbestos. It's a killer.
And in the main event, the
Yep.
Tigers versus the top 8.
The top 8's undefeated for a decade.
Only one winner there.
There we go. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by Punctured Media. Don't forget to subscribe to their YouTube page.
And please follow our Twitter.
We've also got an Instagram now.
We have an Instagram. We'll put it in the comments. I don't know what it is.
Make sure you trash us in the comments as well, please. We live on that.
There were some good ones last week. We got a prize to go out.
We
I think Luke's was the funniest, but Sam wasn't bad.
Okay.
Someone asked where Benny was. Who cares?
Yeah, you lose.
Rugby League.
But we'll see you next week.